Hey everyone, this is Angie at StampingWithAmore. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a special card to share with you. This card has been trending because I've been seeing it all over the place. But I'm going to give BB Cameron the credit for it because I'm not sure if she was the originator or who was the originator of this. But it's so worth it, y'all. And it's not hard at all to do. It looks like it would be hard, but it's not hard at all. And I'm going to actually show you an easy way to do this. And I am going to be using the ScanNCut. And I'm going to be inserting a video in this tutorial that's going to show you how to cut out designer series paper, which a lot of you have been asking me to share. I have shared cutting stamped images, but it's a little different with some of the patterns in the designer series paper. So I do show that, and be patient with the video because I'm holding my camera and it may be a little bit wobbly. I'm not sure exactly how it turned out. So anyway, that is what I'm going to share today. And the card is called a lattice card. Now, this is the card that I originally made right here. And this is using the Happiness Abounds stamp set, and it is this one right here. This is retiring, y'all, so if you want this, you need to grab it. It's still available. I went to see to make sure it was still available, and then the dies are the Blossoming Happiness dies, and it cuts out all these flowers, and it's got extras in it. It's got a couple little borders in it. I'll show you the die set. It's got this piece right here and these little borders right there, and it cuts out all of the flowers and leaves right here. And the sentiments are great. There's all different sentiments, and I love the cursive on these sentiments. And I actually used it on this one for a birthday card. But I went crazy with this, y'all, and then I thought, you know, we have the Hue of Happiness designer series paper, and it's this one right here. And I thought, why not cut out this designer series paper? And I actually cut a full sheet. In the tutorial, I cut out half because it kept telling me to use a 12 by 24 mat. And so I went ahead and just cut half of it off and just did half, but then I later went back and did the rest of it. So I did do a full sheet. This is from another time that I cut it, and I show you how to do that. And when I did this, the yellow right here is very light, and I'm still learning this machine myself. I've had it for a few years, but I just started using it again maybe a year and a half ago, and oh my gosh, if you don't have one of these, I'm telling you, you need it because there's so much you can do with it. So anyway, I'm going to do one with these yellow flowers this time, and this paper is also still available. So I cut out a bunch, but with the yellow, I had to do a little bit more than I showed in the video because the yellow is so light that the ScanNCut wasn't picking up some of it. So what I did was I just went around. I don't know if you can see this, but I had to go around with my number 2 pencil around the whole image so that it would cut this whole thing out. And then you can just erase it later. But to make sure you get the whole image, or it'll start cutting out like pieces of the flower if you don't do that. I cut out a bunch of leaves, and I cut out all these that we're not going to use them all, and then I cut out some of these, but here I wanted to show you what it'll do. It'll cut out like that if you don't go around the whole image. And so I kept this one to show you what it would do. So make sure you go around all of them if you're doing the yellow. I didn't have to do that with the pink and the Melon Mambo ones, but on the yellow ones, especially these lighter ones, I had to do that. So go around the whole thing with your number 2 pencil. Always use a number 2 pencil, by the way, for that, so the ScanNCut will pick it up. All right, so we have all these pieces. I'm not going to use these right here. I'm going to just use the yellow, but I want to show you the other one that I did. I first did this, and I was going to share coloring and all that with you, but there's a lot of coloring in here, and I thought, you know, I'm going to share the ScanNCut. So look what I did with the ScanNCut. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, I didn't put a sentiment on this, and you can, and I did mat this, but you can put a piece right here of basic white and then put your sentiment up here. You can also do it on the back. I know a lot of people will stamp on the back, but look how gorgeous that is with those flowers on it. And these are the little flowers it cut out. But when I did the tutorial also, I didn't cut, it was cutting out some of these little flowers, and originally I didn't want them, but I'm glad I got some. And so I used them on here, and it really added to this. So I also have some for the yellow ones as well. All right, so these are the two, and this is when you stamp it, and this is using the Designer Series paper. And then I was going crazy, and I thought, you could do this for more than just flowers. So I decided to use the lemon one stamp set that we have for this. And that one is the Sweet Citrus. So I used the Sweet Citrus set for this one, but isn't that cute too? Oh my gosh, I used this one right here. And I did lemons. You can do anything. You can use grapefruit, make them grapefruit or whatever, and that's that one. And then I also used the Apple Harvest, and I did this one as well. I went crazy with this because look how pretty these are, y'all. These are so pretty. So I hope you enjoy it, and we're going to do one similar to this one, but using the Daffodil Delight ones. All right, so let's get started with this. I'm using a top folding, but you can use a regular A4 card base, but I'm using the top folding, but you can do the side fold. And this is 4 1/4 by 11. You scored at 5 1/2. And then I'm going to mat it, and this is our Designer Series paper pack in the Subtles. And so I picked this pattern this time. I used the gingham on all these other ones, like I used gingham on this one. I love the gingham behind it. And look at the gingham behind that, isn't that pretty? And you don't even have to put anything behind it, but I thought it really added to it. So we're going to use that. And then I cut 2 extra strips here that are 1/2 by 4 1/4, and I'll show you what we're going to do with those. And we are going to cut this piece. So let's go ahead and get started with that. And I'm going to use my trimmer for this because this makes it easy. So what you're going to do first is, there's a lot of ways to do these, y'all. I'm going to cut 3 1/2 inches off of here. But I'm not sure how BB did hers. I saw it on Instagram, and I didn't see a tutorial or a video. I just watched it a couple times to see how it may have been done. I need this. And that's how I did it. I just followed that. So I'm going to cut 1/2 inch strip first, because it looked like there was a thicker one, but I'm going to also cut another 1/2 inch. One for the top and one for the bottom. The rest are all going to be cut at 3/8 inches. So I'm going to cut the rest of this all 3/8 inches. Okay, so then you're going to probably have a little piece here left, and I just got rid of that piece right there. All right, so we have 2 that are 1/2, and then we have the other 2 that I cut that are 1/2 by 4 1/4. And then we have these pieces. Now, you don't even need the other 2, but I wanted to make sure it was nice and sturdy, so I put them on the back as well. Now, you're going to need some either washi tape. I'm using my mint tape here, and I'm just going to put it right in the center here, and I'm just going to cut it the length of this right here. So, and you want this to be the sticky side up. This is going to help you with placing your pieces. So I'm going to start with the 1/2 inch one right here, and I'm going to just line these up. Just eyeball it. That's what I do, and it looked like that's how she did it. And then I'm going to do the other 1/2 inch at the bottom here. Just make sure it's lined up real nice to the bottom and to the side. And then we're going to use these 3/8, and we're going to fill in the sections, and just do it how wide you want. It doesn't matter. This reminds me of it was called a lattice card, I believe, but it reminds me of blinds, like mini blinds. So I'm just going to go all the way down, and then one more right in the middle. Just make sure they look like they're pretty even. You just want it to look nice. So I'm going to use my glue here now, and we're going to just go up the side. I'm just putting it on the little dot on each one, and I'm going to lay this 1/2 inch one. Make sure it's level with the bottom. And then we're going to do another one. And try to, guesstimate it to be about the same side from the end. All right. Okay, so now I have 2 extra pieces, so you need 4 of these all together. I'm going to flip this over, and you are going to run it along this side. This just reinforces it. You don't have to do this at all. But I thought it would really make it nice and sturdy. So that's what I'm going to do. Just line it up with your other one. Make sure it's lined up so you can't see it from the other side. And then you can remove your tape or washi tape. And you have your lattice. Look at that. All right, so I have all my pieces right here cut out. So I'm going to go ahead and insert the video right here so that you can see how I did that, cut it all out. Hey everyone, this is Angie. I am going to share with you how to cut out the designer series paper. I know a few of you have asked how to cut the designer series paper. Well, quite a few. So I am going to show you on this is Hue of Happiness, and this is Retiring, of course, but I'm going to show you this anyway because it's basically the same. And I'm holding my camera, so if it's a little bit wobbly, I'm sorry for that. So anyway, I have my mat loaded, and then I'm going to go to the screen, and I'm just going to use my finger because I didn't grab my little tool. So I'm just going to press Scan, Direct Cut, and to the machine, not the computer. And then I'm just going to press Start right there, and my scanner level is already set to 2, so I'm going to press Start, and it's going to go ahead and it's going to scan this piece. Now when you're scanning designer series paper, you're going to want to make sure that it has more of a solid image like these and not like a bunch of open space, because it will cut out every little open space if you don't mark it. And anyway, so these are pretty solid flowers, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the whole sheet because I'm going to use it for a card I'm going to share. And so here is what's on the screen now. So I'm going to press OK, and I'm going to say ignore object size, and I'm going to put this up to I'm going to see it at 28 and see what it looks like. You're going to have to test this to see what exactly you want cut out, because I don't want the little tiny flowers cut out. I just want the big ones and the leaves cut out. So this is what I have right here. It's still looking like it's going to cut out some of the little. I'm going to press OK and I can see it better. Yeah, it's still cutting out. So I'm going to go back. It's still going to cut out, and then I'm going to, oops, I need to go back again and ignore object size. I'm going to have to go up quite a bit for this. I'm going to say OK, and you're going to have to just check it to see if it's going to cut out. If you want the little flowers, you're going to be good. So I'm going to press OK, and I'm going to see. Okay, now I'm not getting any of those little flowers. So you can see right here, I'm just getting basically the leaves and the flowers itself. So I'm going to say okay here. Well, I'm going to go back here a minute because I want to put a margin around these. And I'm going to do 0.4. That's about what I do all the time. I'm going to say okay, okay. And then it's going to show me again what it's going to cut out. So I've got it all right there. I'm going to press. It says please select cut. I'm going to say okay. And make sure when you cut, this half cut is off because you don't want it to half cut. You only do that for vinyl. And then I'm going to press start and it's going to go ahead. It says replace the mat with 12 by 24. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the beginning because it said replace with a 12 by 24. I think because it's such a large area, and I'm going to only cut half of this. And it's going to let me do half. So I'm going to do it up to there. And then I'm going to say preview. I'm just going to go through this process. And then okay. I'm going to make sure it's still got my margins. I'm going to say okay, and it's going to show me what it's going to cut here. See, now it's only going to cut half of this. So I'm going to say cut, and then I'm going to press start. Yeah, I didn't want to cut out the whole thing. Now it says it's cutting, so it says 5 minutes. So I'm going to just show you a little bit of this, and then I'll come back to it after it's done cutting everything, because you don't want to sit and watch it cut for 5 minutes. Alright, so it's starting to cut, and it's going to continue in the cutting. We'll say it'll go down as the time goes on. It'll show you 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 on the machine. Y'all, if you don't have one of these machines, you are really missing out, because this does so much. It's just amazing. I've had probably 4 or 5 Cricuts. I started with the little mini one, and oh my goodness, this, to me, especially being a stamper, it just blows it out of the water. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and I'll come back when these are all cut out. Okay everyone, it cut out, and it cut out almost all the pink, and then you can see on the thing it says, on the screen it says finished cutting. So I'm going to press OK, and then I am going to press this for the mat to come out, and I'm going to grab it before it falls on the floor. But I'm just going to pull this up. I'm sorry if this is all over the place because it's so hard holding the camera. I'm just going to show you the stuff that it cut out here. You can see it all on the mat here. It even cut out some other pieces. I could have actually done my ignore object section a little bit more, because it cut out like these little pieces here. But look at all the pieces that it cut, all these little flowers. Aren't those pretty? And then look at all the leaves that it cut out as well. I'm going to show you everything it cut out here in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and go to my desk and show you all that. Okay, look at all that this cut out. I'm going to have enough for a few cards, not just one, but it even cut out, like this one I have to cut because it didn't cut out. I think that I could have done it a little bit more. I had it at 55 on the ignore object size, and I even got some little tiny flowers. I'm trying to, there they are right there, which I didn't want it to cut these out. So I think I could have gone up to 60 or maybe even 61, 62 to get these not to cut out. But look at how pretty. Oh my gosh, there's going to be enough leaves and flowers to make a couple of these cards. Alright, so let's move on. Okay, so we're ready to put on our pieces here. I'm going to grab my little ones right here, and we are going to start by layering these. Now I'm going to put the larger one on first, and I actually put the glue on this part. And I'm going to set that down first. And then we're going to do this one. Let's do it on here, it's easier. I'm going to kind of tuck this one behind a little bit, like that. And this one's going to go behind that one. That's why I'm using the wet glue is best for this, because you can move it around. And then, I don't know, I think I'm going to use, no, I'm going to use this other one because I haven't used that one. We're going to put this one right here. And then we're going to add all our little leaves. On the leaves, I'm just putting it on here. Let's put this one down here. You don't want it to go over the edge because it won't fit in your envelope. We'll do this one. And just put them where you feel like you want them. I'm going to put one under here. Let's see if I can lift that. I might want to do the leaves. Let's see. There we go. I'm going to do this a little bit different, y'all, than I did the last one, because I did it when it was still wet. I think I'm going to move this up a little bit. So I'm going to move that up just a hair here. So I can fit my leaf. Plan it all out first and then start adding. That is the best way to do it. And then we're going to put this one here. I know for some reason I feel like I had, I was able to get them under there. I'm going to put this one, I think, because I try to leave the edges loose. All right, we're going to tuck one under here and put that one this way. And I think I'm just going to do one more up at the top. But you get the idea, right? It's really easy. There, and then I have all my little flowers right here. I'm just gonna start putting those down. Let's see. I'll put this one down here. Put one up here. It really adds a lot, these little ones. I was glad that it actually cut it out. See, let's put one over here. There, I think that's good. Look how beautiful that is, y'all. Cutting them out is so easy and so fast to do. And then I'm going to grab some, I used the gold ones on the other one. I think I'm going to go ahead and still use the gold. The gold really made it look pretty. It added just that little bit of glitter or something that it needed. Let's put some up here. Let's use some small ones too. I'll put one down here. On that side, I think I'm going to do one more small one. Maybe right there. Yeah, I like to do odd numbers, so But look at that. You can add a sentiment, not put that on, just put a sentiment on here. But I'm going to do my sentiment on the inside because I absolutely love it like this. And I'll show you the other one with the sentiment, the other ones. But this, like this one, I did the sentiment there. And this one I did up at the top. So if you want to add it up at the top, but I just wanted to fill it with the flowers. But look at these, using the designer series paper. Y'all, you have to give this a try. It is so fun. And I told you I couldn't stop making them. I was making a bunch. Oh, I forgot to put the inside. But look at, you don't even have to put anything on the inside. Look at that. And just stamp up at the top, because look at, isn't it beautiful even without it? But look, let's add the inside, like right there. I think it just adds a little something. I'm just going to add it really quick. Let's get this lined up. I say really quick and then I can't line the darn thing up. All right. There you go. So there you have it. Aren't they beautiful? I hope you all enjoy this. Thank you, BB, for sharing that, because, oh my gosh, it's just so fun and it's beautiful. Now, I don't even know if she was the original, but that's where I learned it. So there you go. Y'all have a blessed day. If you need any supplies, you can shop on my blog at StampingWithAmore.com. If you want this paper or this bundle, get it now, because you know it's on the clearance. It's on the retiring list. And I did check, and it is available, and it's gorgeous, y'all. All right, have a blessed one. I'll catch you in the next one. See you later, everyone. Bye.